the concept of Article 5 is something that, even sort of regular members of the public are now quite familiar with. Do you think that the significance of that was fully understood at the time?
Well, it was very debated in the spring of '49. This was the key issue for the U.S. Congress, that they would not, the U.S. Senate, they would not ratify a North Atlantic treaty if it committed the United States to go to war. Article 5 has this elasticity in it that if there is an attack, we are in an Article 5 situation. But Article 5 says it's then up to the country to decide on the level of assistance and what it wants to do. So there's a strong element of solidarity. We're all in it if we're attacked. But it's up to each and every one to decide on what to do. And there's a further element in the treaty, which is Article 3, and that is that everyone must do their very best to provide for their national defense. The collective defense come in as a follow-on element. So talking about where we are today with Trump and 5% and what the Europeans must do, this is Article 3 politics. You must take care of your own defense. And then we'll come in with Article 5 at the tail end of that.
Yeah.
But all of this elasticity was very necessary in the spring of '49 to get the U.S. Senate to agree to this.
Yeah, I mean, one of the interesting things that obviously you'll be well aware, but I feel that in the public discourse is less well understood, is that some people talk as if Article 5 is automatic. That if there is an attack, then suddenly we're at war, and obviously what you're explaining is that it isn't that. It's a ladder, if you like, of escalation. But the other point there is, yes, Article 3. Interestingly, you don't hear Trump talk about that. I mean, he talks about the need for greater military investment and so on. Maybe it's because he's not a technocratic guy, but it's interesting that it seems that the Americans have not used that kind of legalistic concept, which might have more impact to a European audience.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think Trump, he understands all this. He operates at a different level, and I will say it's in a way a little bit complicated, because Article 5, it is the legal and political reading in the headquarters that Article 5 applies the moment we're attacked. Yeah. So 9/11, 2001, the U.S. is attacked. Article 5 applies. Again, if the attack comes from the outside. You don't need a declaration of Article 5 for it to be invoked.
Right.
Now, what
the
happened?
The event is the trigger, not the declaration.
The event is the trigger, and what happened in 9/11 in September is that they did make an Article 5 declaration, but that was sort of to place bets on all numbers and make sure that everything was accounted for.
Thank you for watching this video. And if you've enjoyed it, please subscribe to this YouTube channel so you don't miss any future videos. Also, you can find our podcast in all the usual platforms. Have an orderly week and keep listening. Thank you.